Hey everyone, here with part one of my review for the PCD Chaser from Virgin Mobile. Before I get into the phone itself, let me go over the hardware really quickly. So as you can see on the front of the phone, you have your screen, you have some sensors over here, you have a notification light, and you have your speaker grill right here. On the bottom, you have four hardware buttons, and unlike most phones these days, these are actually like physical buttons you press in. So that's a nice little addition. I didn't mind it too much. On the left hand side of the screen, I'm here on the phone, you have your volume rocker. On the right hand side of the phone, you have your micro SD card slot, and the phone does come with a 2 GB SD card. On the top of the phone, you have your 3.5mm headphone jack and your power button. On the bottom of the phone, you have your USB adapter, and then on the rear of the phone, you have your speaker here, Virgin Mobile logo, and your camera with no LED flash. And the texture is kind of a rubberized texture. It feels decent in the hand. So, cutting on the phone, as you can see, the phone is running Gingerbread. So this is the Gingerbread lock screen here. You can change your sound profile there, and you slide to unlock here. So as you can see, here's the home screen. You have 5 basic home screens, and you can't, pinch out or anything. It's pretty much stock, with the exception of it's running the Sprint mobile ID. Other than that, it's stock all the way. And here you have your app tray. Pretty basic. You slide up and down, and back to home. So unlike the newer versions of Android, you press and hold and you get your widgets and stuff. Like in Ice Cream Sandwich, the widgets are in the app tray. But here, you have your widget shortcuts, and the phone does support live wallpapers. So I'll get that out of the way, demonstrate that really quickly. So there you go. The phone supports live wallpapers. Anywho, so now to get to some specs. So the phone is running, as I said, Gingerbread 2.3.5. It has a 3.2-inch 480 by 320 screen display. While I'm on the subject of the screen, the phone can be a little dim at times, depending on how you hold the phone. It has bad viewing angles, and the pixels show a lot. So games and videos could be a little dim and grainy. Aside from that, the screen is not horrible. It has 151 megabytes of internal storage, and it comes with a 2 GB SD card, as I said earlier, I believe. And it has a 3.2 megapixel camera with no flash and no front-facing camera, and an 800 megahertz Snapdragon processor. So now that I ran through that, allow me to go over the browser. That's the first thing I'll touch on in this video. I have CNET loaded up here. I'll go back to the home. Pages load fairly quickly. Again, it is a 3G phone, and it is not top of the line phone, so you have a little stutter, as you can see now. But pages load within a couple seconds to a minute. So it's still loading up there. Okay, as you can see, the page loaded about a few seconds. I'll pull up another one. Again, it depends on the pictures that page has, or if it's desktop mode or mobile quality. Mobile display, etc. But as you can see here, for the most part, the page is loaded, as well as most of the pictures here. And it does support, of course, pinch to zoom, everything like that. And then here you have your settings. You have your windows where you could add or delete different tabs. You have the settings here. You have downloads, share page, settings. You could change the text size. You can invert the color, which is kind of like a night mode thing. I'll take it off, and as you can see, the page will go back to the way it was, and then you could invert it, back and forth. So invert color is good for like night mode, as I said. And it just and yeah, that's pretty much about it for the browser. Again, speeds are so, but it gets the job done. Depends on the page. So after that, I'll go ahead and show the camera really quickly. The camera is really nothing special. As you can see, it's your standard gingerbread camera. You have your shutter button here in the right hand corner. You have your toggle switch from camera to video. You have 4x zoom, and you can just slide that up. Okay, yeah, 4x zoom. You have white balance, geotagging, and then you have a few color effect options here: mono, sepia, and negative. So yeah, as I said before, the camera is a 3.2 megapixel camera, so with no flash. So the photos come out quite grainy, and the color is a little washed out. And if you're in low light, you're really not gonna get a good photo out of it. But in decent light, it takes a okay picture. 3.2 megapixels is not that far off from what a lot of lower end phones are now. So camera, I give it a so. In low light, the camera is bad. I just go out and say it. Okay, on to another question I get asked a lot in my reviews. Does it run regular apps like Instagram, Facebook, Pandora? And my answer to that is yes. Quickly, because I'm here, I'll show off Instagram. It takes a little while to load, of course, because it's 3G, but everything comes up quickly. So as you can see there, Instagram works fine. Instagram works fine. Pandora works fine. Facebook works well. Pretty much any regular app, as long as it's not too graphic intense, works fine. I did have Pandora running earlier. Probably won't get into it now, but yeah. So Instagram, Facebook, everything works fine. It depends on, of course, your connection, but the phone itself runs it flawlessly. So yeah, that's part one. In part two, I'll have gaming and a few more specs and stuff I'll run through. But this is part one. Please like and subscribe. Have a good one.